Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour we will continue our mini series looking at IELTS reading exam. Today our focus will be on practicing those pesky true, false, not given questions, and we may do a little other work as well. Now today I have to say that I am taking a bit of a risk because I will be presenting material to the class and doing it with you together for the first time. Aha! I've never even looked at this before, so we're all in the same boat. I have no advanced knowledge. I want to try it this way so that I can show you the steps I go through to attempt to solve these true, false, not given reading questions. So we're all in it together today. All right, let me start off by welcoming students to the class. Hello, Talas. How are you today?
Hello, Oakley. How are you doing?
Hanging in there. Hanging in there. Been a rough week. I've been kind of ill all week, but I've been making sure I do these IELTS classes, if nothing else.
Yes.
I feel
Are you
obligated.
fine right now?
I'm okay right now. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll make it through the class. Okay, and thank you for your concern. Let me also welcome Carolina. Hi, Carolina.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Let me also welcome Shan to the class. Hello, Shan.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Or hey, Luis. Hello. How are you?
I'm good, teacher. And you?
Good. I'm okay. Thanks. All right. Okay, we've had another person join us, so let me welcome Maya. Hello, Maya.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, how are you, Maya?
Good.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay, thank you. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do a screen share, and we are going to look at a typical IELTS piece of writing here. All right. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do, well, other than screen share, first thing I'm going to do, all right, we have another reading passage, okay, questions 1 through 13, all right, William Henry Perkin, the man who invented synthetic dyes, okay, this title gives me a pretty good idea what I'm going to be reading about. First thing I'm going to do is look at what kinds of questions that I am going to be dealing with. All right, first step. All right, there they are. Yippee, true, false, not given, and 1 through 7. So there are a lot of them. Now, first of all, when it says in boxes 1 through 7 on your answer sheet, write true, false, not given. Well, you need to write true, T-R-U-E, capital letters. When they say that, they mean it. Don't write a T, an F, or NG. Don't do anything crazy like that. First of all, make sure that you follow the directions. Okay, I've already got 7 true, false, not given. It looks like these are going to be summary type questions. All right, so actually they're looking for pretty specific information. I just skim these real quick. The name of the person, the name. They're looking for a name, in what country. Okay, they're looking for specific information. So looks like I can also scan for that. And then I've got headings, which probably we'll never get to today anyway, but all right. So the reality is, if I knew that I was going to have these headings questions, I would probably really skim this with a lot more detail, but just for imagination's sake, let's imagine they're not really there. Okay, so instead, we're going to do a very quick skim and scan, and then we're going to go right to the questions. I would pretty much always suggest we read the first paragraph, and then maybe just real quick the first sentence of each paragraph, and then we'll go right to the questions. All right. In the meantime, let me quickly welcome Nada to the class. Hello, Nada.
Hi.
Welcome. Nada, are you okay there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. A little noisy there. You may want to mute the microphone there. Mute your mic,
Sure.
if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. And also hello to David. Hi, David.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this a read. I'm going to go ahead and read the first paragraph, and then we'll toss it around the class to do a quick first sentence read and quick skim of the material. So here we go. William Henry Perkin was born on March 12th, 1838 in London, England. As a boy, Perkin's curiosity prompted early interest in the arts, sciences, photography, and engineering. But it was a chance stumbling upon a rundown yet functional laboratory in his late grandfather's home that solidified the young man's enthusiasm for chemistry. Okay, so there we go. Talis, what are we going to be reading about? Talis, are you there? Yeah. Talis, what is our subject or our topic, our main topic?
Okay. So the main topic is the life of William Henry Perkin.
Sure it is. And what are we focused on?
Um, how was his career? How
Okay.
developed his career, or
How his career developed? Yes, possibly. Okay. Or or chemistry, or specifically how his career in chemistry developed, probably. Okay. All right, Talis. Well, I got you. All we're going to do now is read the first sentence of each paragraph and maybe quickly skim down. Okay, so can you read this first sentence?
Okay. Okay. As a student at the City of London School, Perkin became immersed in the study of chemistry. His talent and devotion to the subject. Okay.
Hold your horses there. Okay, get excited. All right, the first sentence. All right, study of chemistry. We know what's going on here, probably. When you skim down, also notice, take notice of names. Thomas Hall, Michael Faraday, Royal Institution. All right, speeches, teacher. His College of Chemistry. All right, boom. All right, obviously his education is what the first paragraph. That's it. Now you're doing all this in the space of under 10 seconds for each paragraph. So, you know, it should take you like 2 minutes to read the first paragraph and skim through the whole thing. That's kind of the idea. All right, let me go around the class here. Carolina, can you read the first sentence?
Okay. At the time of Perkins' enrollment, the Royal College of Chemistry was headed by the noted German chemist August Wilhelm Hollmann.
Okay, blah, 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 assistant. Okay, so next paragraph is about William Hoffman. All right, that's it. We're done. Moving on. Shan, next paragraph. Whoops, is it? Yeah, okay, next paragraph here. Is this the next paragraph, or that doesn't really make sense? Yeah, it is. Sorry. Go ahead.
At the time, quinine was the only visible medicine treatment for malaria. The
Okay.
drug is derived.
Hang
Okay.
on. Okay, first of all, it's quinine, and it was viable, not visible. I hope it was visible.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
Invisible medical treatment. Shan, you should never take invisible medical treatment. That's just some side advice, nothing to do with IELTS. Joke,
Yeah.
man. Okay. All right. Drug was derived from South America. Drug substitute for quinine. Okay. We're talking about quinine and malaria in this paragraph. Great. Next. Jorge Luis.
Yes. During his vacation in 1856, Perkins spent his time in the laboratory on the top floor of his family's house.
Okay, now you read the first sentence of the paragraph, and it's obviously this paragraph is not going to be about his summer living at his family's house. So in this case, you know what, Jorge? Go ahead and read another sentence. Sometimes you have what's called a bridging sentence, which is meant to help the flow from one idea to another. So when you run into this, and it clearly is not going to be some boring account of his summer vacation, obviously not. That's not the focus of the article. So, Jorge, go ahead.
Yeah.
Read one more.
You mean there is no valuable information in the first sentence, right?
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
All right.
It's
He was-
just a bridging sentence. Go ahead. Sorry.
He was attempting to manufacture quinine from I don't know how can I pronounce that. Aniline?
I don't actually know either, Jorge. I don't know the names of chemicals. I have to make it up just as much as you do. Aniline or aniline, I'm not sure. Really.
Aniline.
Sounds
Aniline.
Sounds like a girl's name to me, but anyway, okay. Continue.
All right, from aniline, an expensive and readily available coal tar waste product. All right, he was trying with something new.
Yes, he was. I was trying to make something a substitute for quinine. Okay. Now, another thing you're going to skim for, if you're skimming very fast, look for words like despite, however. All right, this usually keys on some important information, so you might want to check that out a little bit. That's another thing to skim for besides names or numbers or trying to notice repeated words. Okay, so some other chemical, aniline, experiment. Yes, hello. Okay, so all right, so he's experimenting with a substitute for quinine, and that's it. All right, let's move on. Maya.
Yes. Historically, acetyl dyes were made from such natural sources as plants and animals' excretions.
Okay. All right. Well, all right, we skimmed down. Snails, purple color, snails, natural dyes. All right. Historically, textile dyes. There it is. That's it. That's all we really need to know. Maya.
Yes.
Hello. No, not nada.
Oh.
Maya with an
Okay.
M. Maya, are you there? Maya? Can you hear me? Maya? Okay, well, skip Maya for now. Let me go to David. David?
Yes. Perkin quickly grasped that his purple
Hello?
solution. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead, Maya. I'll come back to you. You're a little late.
Okay. Okay.
I'll come
Okay.
right back to you. Go ahead, David.
All right. Perkin quickly grasped that his purple solution could be used to color fabric, thus making it the world's first synthetic dye.
Okay, hooray, hooray. Oh, introducing the first synthetic dye. Okay, commercial possibilities. Okay, there it is. That's pretty much it for that one. All right, Maya, now you can give it a go.
Okay. I want to read this.
Yep, just
Okay.
this is our
First-
strategy. We're going to read the first sentence of each paragraph and quickly skim the rest so that we
Okay.
can save time on the exam.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Perkin originally named his dye Tyrene purple, but it later became commonly known as, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Wow.
Mauve. Yeah.
Wow.
Mauve.
French for the
From the French for the plant used to make the color violet. Okay.
Yeah,
Mauve.
it has kind of a, yeah, mauve. It has kind of a W sound in there. And that is obviously from French, but it is used in English as well.
Tyrian purple.
Tyrian, actually.
Tyrian?
Tyrian purple. Yeah.
Tyrian, maybe.
Tyranny. Well, no, not exactly.
Tyranny.
Okay, but anyway. All right, notice we quickly, Scottish dye works, Robert Puller, manufacturing. I kind of, when I skim down, I look for any big verbs as well. Manufacturing, all right, modern chemical industry. Okay. Sort of a general paragraph there. Oh, he asked advice. Oh, for manufacturing might be. Advice for manufacturing there. Oh, okay. Keeping it going. Talis? Talis? Are you there?
All right. With the help, are you listening?
Yep.
Okay. With the help of his father and brother, Perkins set up a factory not far from London.
Great. I think that's all we need, because that's pretty obviously going to talk about his factory and manufacturing. 1857, commercial boost. Oh, Queen of England, wearing a mauve gown. All right. There we go. And now the last paragraph we should probably skim a little more thoroughly. Yes?
Okay, what was the word you said? Gone. Mauve gone. What is gone? Gone. I don't know how to pronounce it.
What? Where's that?
You said mauve gone. Here.
Gown.
Yes.
Oh, gown.
Gown.
Oh, yeah. Right. It's circle. I've highlighted it. Duh. Gown. Okay, a gown is a very formal dress.
Gown.
A woman wears a gown to a formal ball, for example. Or, Talis, a wedding gown, if that helps.
A wedding gown. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Very formal.
A feminine suit, something like that?
A very fancy women's dress. Yes.
Okay.
Usually insanely expensive. Okay, Carolina. Let's look at the last paragraph here.
Okay. Although Perkins' fame was achieved and fortune assured by his first discovery, the chemist continued his research.
All right. Among other dyes, okay. Dates. You got more dyes. How he continued. Okay. I see, for instance, here's another thing I'm skimming for is introducing sentences or phrases that introduce ideas or examples. For instance, something stain, I don't know. And then obviously conclusion, artificial dyes continue. Okay. Boom. All right, let's go to the questions now. Dun, dun, dun. True, false, not given. Now, all right, we're going to attack the questions. True, it's going to be there. Most likely, it will be paraphrased or rephrased. It won't, very seldom will it have exactly the same phrasing as in the potential answer. Occasionally it does, but usually not. If it's true, it's in there, and it's undeniable. The true answers are easy. The false answers are in there, but they're wrong. It will say exactly the opposite, or it will partly be true, but not completely true. Or here is where you really have to watch out for absolutes. The reading material will say something occasionally happens, and the false answer will say that something frequently happens. Things like that you have to be mindful of. Okay, and then the tricky ones actually are not given because you looking for something that's simply not there. All right. Okay, so let's do this. Shan, you're up next. So number 1. Okay.
Okay.
Please read it.
Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Parkinson's ability as a student of chemistry.
All right. So what? Go ahead. You have a question.
I think it's a false.
Okay, but I know. Okay, that helps me bring up a point. In the real test, you're going to be freaking out about how much time you have. So you sometimes may go, "Oh, I'm pretty sure that's false." So you write a false, and great, you save yourself time. I would highly suggest you double check everything because they're really tricky. That's what's. Yeah.
I can explain why this is false because in the second paragraph, it's clearly mentioned that his teacher Thomas Hall inspired him to just follow Michael Faraday's speech, and eventually it's just create his interest to join the Royal College of Chemistry. So directly, Michael Faraday didn't just recognize Parkinson's ability.
Very good. I just need to pull the reins back a little bit so that everybody can follow what you're doing. All right, because I'm trying to show the strategy here. What are we going to look for? All right, you remembered immediately. It's in the second paragraph. You remembered Michael Faraday was in the second paragraph, I assume. Correct?
Yeah,
right.
That's correct.
All right, if you didn't remember that, the keyword that you need to look for, you need to pick a keyword when you're searching for information. Names or anything with capital letters or numbers are going to be very easy to find. So I think you're right. You're just a little bit ahead of me. But, okay, let's double check. His talent and devotion to the subject were perceived by his teacher, Thomas Hall, who encouraged him to attend lectures. He attended lectures.
Yep.
All right. And those lectures fired up his enthusiasm. All right.
That's right.
So there you go. So the answer you're choosing is false? Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And because we do have the information, we do know who recognized his ability. This is definitely false. Okay. Good job. Very good. All right. Jorge Luis, try number 2.
Michael Faraday suggested Perkin should enroll in the Royal College of Chemistry.
Okay, well, we know exactly where to look, right? Whoopsie. So, okay. Did he suggest, Jorge Luis? Now, did he suggest? These speeches fired the young man's enthusiasm further. Did Michael Faraday suggest that he go?
I think he didn't.
Think he didn't? Do you know he didn't?
No, I don't know, but in the text,
There's the trick.
In the article, there is no proof of that.
That's exactly right. There's no proof one way or the other. Aha! And that, my friend, is the trick to not
So I think it's false, right?
No, it's not given. We don't.
Oh my goodness.
We don't know for sure. He may have. Okay, so there's the mind twist. All right, there it is, right there. Perfect example. We don't know that he did. It doesn't say that he did, but on the other hand, we don't know for sure that he didn't. Okay? There it is.
It's quite tricky that, you know?
Yes, it is quite tricky. It's definitely very tricky. Absolutely. That's exactly it. You have to ask yourself, do you know the opposite is true? In the first one, we know that there was another person that recognized his ability. So we know it's false. Right.
Okay, good, thank you.
Very tricky. You have to be a little bit of a detective. A little bit of a policeman. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Moving on. Maya, jump on number 3 here, please.
Perkin employed August Wilhelm Hoffman as his assistant.
Okay. What are we going to look for?
August Wilhelm. Yep.
Yes. And when we were skimming, we actually said the third paragraph was about August Wilhelm Hoffman, so that one's pretty darn easy to find. Okay, here it is. Here he is. All right. Okay. So here it is.
He became Hoffman's youngest assistant.
Yeah, Perkins became Hoffman's assistant. Right. So so there you go. What is the answer? True, false, or not given?
True.
Really?
No, we don't know. It's not given. We don't know who hired them. So.
No.
I think it's false because it was the reverse situation.
Reverse. Exact opposite.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right.
Perkins was employed, and if I change it to a passive sentence, then it would be true. August Wilhelm, Hoffman hired Perkins. So here's a classic example of IELTS giving you something that is black to white, day to night, exactly the opposite. This is definitely false. Right. And this is what you're doing. Part of your study should be recognizing how they're trying to fool you. As you're studying for this tricky IELTS reading exam, and you know what? They may come up with some new tricks. So moving forward, as you guys go forth and study for this exam, think about not only, oh, darn, that's the right answer. Actually, it's probably more important as you do your study to think about, why is this the wrong answer? Really. I think it would be more valuably spent brain wattage usage. A better way to spend your brain power. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Nada. Next one, number 4, I believe.
Perkin was still young when he made the discovery that made him rich and famous.
Okay. Where are we going to look for this information?
It's not given, is it? Let me see.
Well, we're not going to guess. Don't guess. Guessing is, you might as well just go to the test and flip a coin.
Discovery that he was rich and famous.
What are we going to look for? We need to find this.
His personal life, his richness or being famous.
Okay. Probably not. If you can remember from doing your skimming, the paragraph where it talked about the key word here, discovery. When he made his discovery is the key of this question. Now, here's another technique. Turn this answer into a question. When did Perkin make his discovery? A simple question. If you can answer that, you can answer the question, right?
Right.
Right. So let's take a look. If I remember correctly, it was the fourth or fifth paragraph. Not about quinine, but the next one, during his vacation, he spent experimenting. Or maybe it's the next paragraph. Okay. All right. Do you see where it says anything about him making his discovery?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think in last paragraph.
The last paragraph?
Yeah.
The last paragraph of the whole thing? Yeah. Down here? His fame was achieved and assured by his first paragraph. Sorry, by his first discovery. And then he developed a whole bunch of other things. Okay. It doesn't really say.
So it's not given.
Okay. He made his discovery. That's like the last thing here. Let me. Then it talks
In
about.
that paragraph.
Okay.
1857. He just.
Yeah, you might want to look for times, right?
Is in the paragraph.
Before the last paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. 1857 here.
1857.
All right. Okay.
And
Yes.
he born 1838 and 1857. Yeah, he was still young that time, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is a tough one because this is what I hate. Okay, he was all right. We have to do a little math. This occasionally happens. All right. He is actually producing it in 1857. We have to use a little logic. You're absolutely right. And notice we had to look in more than one paragraph. This is definitely going to happen. We know he made this discovery in 1856, which is what I was looking for, and that's where that is. So he manufactured it in 1857. So he was only, okay, 1853, he was only actually 15. So plus 3, 18 years old. Okay, we have to use our judgment. Is 18 young, Nada, in your opinion?
Of course.
Of course. Okay, so we'll go with true on that one? Yeah? All right. Okay, now this is a good illustration. This definitely, most certainly happens, not only with true, false, not given, but with some other types of questions, where you have to look around in different sections and do some math. Definitely that happens. Okay, so there we go. All right, it's true. And yes, it is true. Okay. David, are you still here? No? No, he's gone. Talis, number 5.
The trees from which quinine is it spelled? Is it pronounced right?
Quinine? Yes.
Quinine is derived, grow only in South Africa.
Okay. Now immediately something jumps out at me, and ding 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 is ascending alarm bells into my brain because I've seen far too many of these IELTS tests. When I see only, that is an absolute. I am highly suspicious of this statement. Okay, now if you remember, there was a paragraph that discussed quinine and the development of quinine. All right. Again, you can ask yourself a question. Where did the trees grow that produce quinine? Okay. Yes, Talis? Where should I look? Do you remember?
Here, at the right, you go.
Yep.
The right paragraph. Down. Okay. At the same time.
The cinchona tree.
South Africa.
Hey, who's from South Africa? South America, I mean. Who knows the name of this tree?
South America. All right. So that's it. It's not only in South Africa.
Well,
South America.
It's derived from the bark of the, I don't know how to pronounce this, cinchona tree, native to South America.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this one is very, well, this is very, very, very tricky, actually. Okay. Well, it's very tricky, and it's native to South, I have to look at this again. It's native to South America, but that simply means that's where it's from, Talis.
No.
So, I don't know where it grows. You know, tomatoes are native to North America, but they grow them in China, they grow them in Europe, they grow them all over the place. Did you know tomatoes are originally from North America? Or South America? I can't remember, but the American.
South America, mainly.
South America.
All right.
Yeah.
The word used wasn't native, was grow. So that's the trick, right?
Yeah, it is a trick. So what are we going to say? Do we know that they grow only in South America? Do we know that they do grow other places?
Okay, so
no, we don't know.
It's not given.
It's not given. Very good. Because we are not sure. We know it comes from South America, but we don't know where they grow the darn things. Okay. Yeah. That's right. The answer here is not given because we don't know for a fact that it's true or false. It's not given. Okay. So there you go. The not given questions have some information to help guide you. So it's not like you're looking for something that doesn't exist at all. Well, let me back up. Occasionally, it is like that. They will give you some information that isn't there at all that may be related to the topic and controlling idea, but it's not there at all, actually. Occasionally, that will happen, but usually they're giving you some kind of information. It's the better to mislead you with. All right. Carolina, number 6.
Perkin hoped to manufacture a drug from a coal tar waste product.
Okay.
We are looking for coal tar waste product.
yeah, we are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraph.
Okay. Is it here?
Yeah, in the second sentence, at the end.
Okay. Where is it? I missed it. I remember that it was there. Coal tar waste product.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there it is. He was attempting to manufacture quinine from aniline, or aniline, I don't know. Mm-hmm. No chemist with us today? Any chemistry majors want to clarify? No? Anyway, aniline, inexpensive, readily available coal tar waste product. Well, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Okay, notice they use slightly different verbs, but okay, the meaning is the same. All right. Very good. True. Good enough. Shan, number 7.
Perkin was inspired by the discoveries of the famous scientist Louis Pasteur.
Really? Okay. It's obviously we're going to look for Louis Pasteur.
Louis Pasteur, I think, is true. It's available on 5th paragraph.
Was he inspired by Louis Pasteur?
Yeah, the last line of the paragraph.
Okay, let's look at it. And when you find the information, obviously you're going to read the whole sentence. So let's read it. And proving the truth of the famous scientist Louis Pasteur's words, chance favors only the prepared mind, Perkins saw the potential of his unexpected find. Okay, so he proved an expression of a famous scientist. Does that mean the famous scientist inspired him?
I, I think
No, for me,
inspiration can be given in different form. Like the guy who are just guiding you, he can inspire you, or whether a single quote.
Okay.
That thing can change your uh, perspective or approach. It
Uh,
also be very inspirational.
okay. Um, it does not say that Perkin thought about this. This says the author thought of this. Okay? The author picked this. It doesn't say Perkin recognized the truth of his find from Louis Pasteur's words. It says the author says, proving the truth of Louis Pasteur, Perkin
okay.
saw the potential. So actually, number 7 here, this is not given.
Not given. Yeah, that's true.
We don't know.
And
Be very careful of that, all right? They will do quotes from somebody else, and then they'll say, oh, they'll attribute quotes to someone else, or like that, inspiration or something. All right.
Yeah, it was a tricky.
It was a trick. Yes. So the answer here was not given. All right. Did somebody else have a comment or something? I thought I heard somebody else. No?
yes, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay. In the first paragraph, you were reading the first paragraph, and there is a sentence that I did not understand. It is a chance stumbling upon a rundown. What does mean?
Where's that? Oh, here it is. But it was a chance stumbling upon a rundown yet functional laboratory. It was a chance stumbling on. You stumble on something, you find something that you're not really looking for. To stumble means to trip or fall over something. So you literally discover something by falling over the top of it. That's what that means. Okay, he found a rundown. Rundown means deteriorated, partially destroyed. Windows are broken. The paint is peeling off the walls, like that. Okay, needs some work.
Okay.
Buildings are run down. Buildings are run down. Cars are run down. People. I feel really run down. Means I'm really tired. Okay, now it's really a good idea to get these scanning answers out of the way after a very quick skim, because then you've kind of learned more about what's in the text, and it will help you to do other exercises. By the way, frequently, here's another strategy. They frequently do this. The first, you can see the questions are in sets, okay? They frequently have the first set of questions are summary type questions, okay? But you know what? You don't have, nothing says you have to do the questions in order. If I see summary questions first, I'm going to do the other questions and do the summary questions last, because by then, obviously, I would have invested more time in finding all the answers, so I'll have a broader sense of the whole piece. So it makes sense, rather than do a summary question first, which is going to require me to look at the whole piece, it makes sense to look at what I need to look at for more, pieces, parts questions like yes, no, not given, then do more summary type questions. And they always do that. They put the summary questions first. They do the same thing in the listening test. In the listening test, it makes sense to do summary type questions first and then do the rest. Well, you're doing questions as they sort of move along. But Actually, they have summary questions sometimes first, sometimes last. Anyway, in reading, it makes sense to do them last. Okay, let's look at these direct questions. Make sure you read these instructions no more than 2 words. If you use 3 words on your answer sheet, you are wrong. If you use a number, you are wrong. You can use a number, but you have to spell it out with letters. You can't just use a number symbol, character, rather. Okay, let's keep going here. Jorge Luis, actually, you're up next, number 8.
Before Perkins' discovery, with what group in society was the color purple associated? I have no idea.
Okay, do you have any idea where we can find this right off the bat? Now, sometimes you'll know right where to find it. Other times, you have to think about what word are you going to look for.
The answer is,
Carolina?
the answer is in the first paragraph, the second sheet, in that paragraph. No, in the
I
second
think
sheet.
Second sheet, second page here.
Yes.
Historically, well, that was a clue. It might be here.
I think
Okay.
Yes. At the
page.
time, only the rich society in that paragraph.
Okay. All right. There it is. Only the rich could afford it. Okay, purple color. There it is. I would look for purple myself, and maybe purple was further up here. It might have been. I don't remember. I think it could have been. Or actually, it wasn't. Okay. Oh, they didn't mention the color purple until here. All right, there it is. The first time I find the color purple, notice it isn't in the exact same sentence. Extracted from snail goo, whatever. Oh, yeah, it is in the first sentence I find. Okay, there it is. Sometimes it's located right after it, so don't panic if you don't find your keyword immediately. The information you're looking for, it may come in the next sentence, or it could be in a sentence before it, possibly. Look around it. So there it is. What is your answer going to be, Jorge Luis?
The rich?
The rich. Okay. Right. In IELTS, again, they need 2 words. It's very tempting to write only the rich. If you do, you're wrong. They would accept 2 answers here: only rich or the rich. Either one would be correct, but not only the rich. Okay. Great. Good job. Okay. Number 9. Maya?
Oakley,
Yeah.
excuse me. Would it be wrong if I answered something like rich society, rich class, something like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well,
Like if I didn't use exactly the same word, but
you used a
I
synonym.
was,
Okay, that's
yeah.
a very good. That's a very good question. Actually, they would accept the rich, only rich, or rich. If you use like wealthy, actually, I think it would be wrong. You know what? I am not 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure wealthy people or wealthy would be wrong. Here's the deal, okay? If they do give, in these types of questions, if they do give you a word in the text, then you should use that word. Here's not the time to get creative. Okay?
Oh yes. Now I see. Now I see in the first statement here, no more than 2 words from the passage.
Ah, there it is. Okay. Ah, exactly. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a very, very good point and very relevant. Very relevant. Exactly. So now I'm 100% sure. Wealthy would not work. You're absolutely right. My own words come back to bite me here. I said make sure you understand this and follow this. You're absolutely correct. Well, now I'm 100% sure. All right. Okay. Maya. Maya, can you look at number 9, please? Maya, are you there? It's got a time
Hello?
delay. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
What potential did Perkin immediately understand that his new die had? I think a new die had that.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Um,
Sorry. Okay.
okay.
Where are we going to look? What are we going to look for?
New die that point.
New die. All right.
Yeah.
Do you remember where that was?
No.
Okay. He made his
Is it?
discovery.
Is it on? Oh my God. Sorry, I can't. In the right side.
Uh-huh. Okay. 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 Now look, I want to show you something. I go to the paragraph that talks about his new discovery. I know where that is.
Oh.
All right. But then I look
Yeah.
at the end. Perkins saw the potential.
Yes.
That's okay. That's potential. That's one of the keywords I'm looking for. New die or maybe potential. You can look for a couple keywords, by the way. I wouldn't suggest looking for 3 or 4, but you can pick a couple. Well, there it is. There's potential, but it doesn't say what he thinks the potential is.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have this whole paragraph about the history of dies. Then, looky here. Okay. All right. So this paragraph has the answer. Last line. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
New die had commercial. Most fascinating of.
Okay. All right. So what is your answer, Maya?
Oh.
2 words. Let's go back to the question.
Okay, back.
Sorry.
What potential did Perkin immediately understand that his new die had?
Okay, so simplifying the question, his new die had what? 2 words only. His new die had. I agree with you. You found the answer. Had what?
Fascinating.
Had what?
Oh. Sorry. Grass purple solution used.
You nailed the answer. You found the answer. You found it. You said the last sentence of this paragraph. You're absolutely right. It's right there.
Nearly instant recognizing the new day had commercial possibilities.
Okay.
Commercial possibilities.
Yeah. Okay. That's the answer. Commercial possibilities. Okay. That's exactly the answer. Don't be shy. If you,
Okay.
You got it. Yes,
Okay.
you got it. You're exactly correct. The answer is commercial possibilities. Very good. All right. Nada, number 10.
Number 10. What was the name finally used to refer to the first color Perkin invented?
Okay, this is cool because we know we're looking for something very, very specific, the name. Great. Do you remember where we're going to find this information? We know when we find it, that's it. We found it. Okay? actually, from where we left off. It had commercial possibilities. It's pretty logical for him to then name something that has commercial possibilities. Boom!
Perkin originally named his dye Tyrian purple.
Okay. There you go. What's your answer?
Tyrian purple.
That's it. Okay. When you're looking for names or times or places, you can be very, very confident about your answer, and you should be able to really go fast, quickly through these types of questions. All right, Talis, back to you. Number 11.
Okay, what was the name of the person Perkin consulted before setting up his own dye works?
Okay. Do you remember where this was?
Oh, I don't.
Okay. Anybody?
Hmm.
We're running out of time. So I remember Perkins, with the help of his father, set up his factory. Okay, so it's going to be maybe after or before this. Probably before. All right, so
Robert Fuller.
there you go. Ask yourself the question, you know, simplify the answers to it, simplify things. Who did he consult before he opened a factory? Say it to yourself in another way. All right, he opened a factory. Obviously, logic, he's going to ask for consultation before he opens it. So it's going to be in the paragraph before.
Robert.
Yeah.
Robert Fuller.
There it is. He asked advice of Scottish Dye Works owner Robert Fuller. There it is. Okay. There it is. Okie doke. All right, now a place. Carolina.
In what country did Perkins' newly invented color first become fashionable?
Yeah, first is key here, because I think it mentions a couple of countries. All right, do you remember where to look here?
In that paragraph? No, the next paragraph of that. Yeah, in that paragraph. The
Yeah,
second column.
one on the second column here. All right. All right. Let's see.
France, England. Receive a commercial post of France. In France?
Okay. Received a commercial boost from the Empress of France, and you may need to read a little more just to make yourself assured. Very soon, Mauve was a necessary shade for all the fashionable ladies in that country, which was France. Yeah. Okay. It's going to happen a lot that you need to read a little bit more information around it just to make sure you've got the right answer. Okay. And the last one. I think we're out of time. So, Shan, number 13.
According to the passage, which disease is now being targeted by the researchers using synthetic dyes?
Okay. Where are we going to look?
Last paragraph, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Tuberculosis.
Okay. There.
Tuberculosis and cholera.
Yeah, but we can only have 2 words. Yeah, but is it? You know what, Shan? You tend to see something and then you go for it. I highly advise a little bit of caution. You need to look, again, a little bit more around the material. They were used to stain microbes and bacteria, allowing researchers to identify bacilli.
I think it's malaria.
Malaria.
Anthrax. Yeah, it continues to play a crucial role today. The current use is in research for a vaccine against malaria. So, yeah. Frequently, okay, this is, I guess, another type of trap for the IELTS exam. They'll give you what seems to be the obvious answer, but then if you look a little further, you'll discover that there's more information. It'll help clarify an answer, or it may even change your answer, so be aware of that. They definitely try to. The information is there, but they frequently try to hide it or camouflage it. It's like the whole reading passage is wearing camouflage. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Thank you. I hope you learned a couple strategies, techniques to use when you're taking the exam, but we're out of time today. Come back again tomorrow, same time. We'll do one more class fighting with this IELTS reading. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.